Hey Capricorn, it's Amber here at Symbols for Living. Hope that you're really well. Hope you had a nice Valentine's Day, and if not, I hope that you're over it and you're moving on to better things. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. If you do like the video, please do like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Also check out my Etsy shop for more of my spiritual gifts that I have available for you guys. And if you'd like your own personal reading, or you feel that you need your own personal reading to kind of get some more information about your situation, feel free to email me at symbolsforliving@gmail.com. All the details should be in the description box below or in my about page. There should be some links there and stuff that will take you to my email or to the Etsy shop. I have now updated all of my links. So yeah, sorry, that's my tummy. Need to eat soon. All right, so okay, just to start off with, I don't usually read reversals with these readings. It just makes the reading so long, and it just makes it a lot more strenuous, I guess, as a reader to really to read the reading quickly and efficiently for you. But there were so many reverse cards in this particular reading that I just felt that I should keep them in, because I just felt like Spirit was trying to kind of say something here. And I could see with the Prince of Cups as the overall energy being reversed that there's definitely some sort of like no love lost kind of energy, or like love is just not part of the equation at the moment for you and your relationship, especially with the intentions of your partner being the Six of Cups reversed. Like, just not, there's no interest in or at the moment in kind of having any sort of lovey-dovey kind of experience. Maybe you're over the honeymoon phase. Maybe you guys have realized certain things about each other that maybe are not reconcilable, or you're not willing to reconcile or compromise or work on. Because we do have the near past here as well. This probably was, you know, first couple of weeks of February, late January, possibly even these two cards could be really summing up the history up until this point between you and your partner. But I do feel that this is kind of recent, because this talks about a reevaluation, and I wouldn't imagine a reevaluation would take, you couldn't have started the relationship that way. Although it could have been the kind of relationship where you were always questioning things, never really wanting to commit, or your partner never really wanting to commit because they're not too sure about how they want to move forward. But yeah, the Seven of Pentacles does, or in reverse, to me, speaks of someone, who doesn't really want to make a commitment, who doesn't want to invest, who doesn't see that they're really going to get out of it what they want to get out of it. Maybe what they expected to get out of it, they haven't. We do have the Five of Wands also clarifying it. So it could be that they were just, as I said, irreconcilable differences. And I think it's mainly because of like ego. And I say that not just because it's the Five of Wands, but because the King of Wands flipped out in the reading. Sorry, in the reading when I was shuffling. And it was just poignant to me that that card kind of meant something for this reading, and I thought that I might see it pop out, but instead what we've got in place of that is the Emperor, coupled with the Five of Swords. So yeah, there's definitely some sort of issue with regards to ego, who wants to be right, who wants to take the lead, who's going to be boss. That kind of energy seems to be going on. I can't help it, but it's like every single time I'm looking at this, it's like I get the giggles kind of, or it's like, it's almost silly. You guys are really fighting, maybe not over anything that serious. I mean, there's no Ten of Swords here. There's no Three of Swords here either. We do have the Five of Swords, which is quite serious. But yeah, I just don't think... I think this is kind of like a bit of an ego struggle, where it's maybe a bit of a game, in a sense, between you two as to who's going to have the last word, who's going to get their way, who's going to be right, who's going to be wrong. And I just don't feel like your partner feels that fulfilled with that. I don't feel like your partner feels like there's any future in that kind of relationship. They might not want to continue down that path of, you know, continuous arguing. And then we've got the Four of Wands, which represents you in the past. It just speaks to me of an unhappy home, not having, not feeling supported by your partner, not there being any love or care or, you know, consideration. There's no warmth, basically, in the relationship. As far as you were concerned, you may have not felt that they were very warm towards you, and you yourself may have felt quite cut off emotionally towards them in terms of the security in your relationship. Like, there's no security there. It was kind of like quite an uneasy feeling of not really knowing where you stand, what's going on, not really too sure of whether or not you're in a relationship or not. It's that kind of uneasiness and no warmth kind of energy that you may have been feeling in the past. Now, you being a Capricorn, you may want a certain amount of control in your relationships. So it could be that you just felt like you didn't have very much control. You didn't really feel very secure as well because of that, maybe. Or this person just didn't really boost your ego in any way or make you feel secure. You just felt you're not comfortable with this person. So, that was the past. And then we see you here essentially with the Magician card. So you've definitely kind of found your feet again. It's upright. You kind of see now what you're dealing with, who this person is, and the potential possibly of the relationship, or the potential possibly of you guys going in separate ways. And you're carefully, this is, you know, someone who could still be playing games. Like, you could still be kind of caught up in this, trying to be the winner, trying to be boss of the situation, having that control still, because the Alchemist talks about control as well. But it's looking like you're trying to possibly, as it is upright, you know, you're not really being deceptive about it. You're just trying to make the most maybe of a bad situation, or you're trying to make the most of a bad situation. But it's still quite a manipulative energy. So you are still kind of dealing with it in a business-like manner as well, maybe, as a Capricorn. You're kind of seeing where the cards have fallen, what option. You're being very practical about it, and you're being very realistic, and you're very grounded in your approach now. But again, it's like you're putting the right dose of what you need in the situation to kind of get the outcome that you want. Like, the Alchemist is kind of like a chef. Like, they've got different ingredients to create what they want. And it looks like you're trying to pull these things together to possibly make it work. So you still feel that maybe there's potential in the relationship. And you're trying your best, I think, to make it work. And I think the Alchemist usually succeeds, but let's see. So we've got the Five of Swords as how your partner currently feels about you, an Emperor. So again, I feel that your partner is, you know, to me, I feel like it again is just talking about power struggles in relationships. They may see you as someone who has to win at all costs. You know, even if it hurts the other person, even if it hurts you, you'll be willing to cut off your nose, to spite your face, you know, to get what you want. Like, your partner could also be doing this as well. Your partner could be the one who's constantly trying to maintain control in the situation and have things go their way. And if this does represent them, then again, this is saying that they are so caught up in what's going on that they've maybe lost sight of what they really envision the relationship to be. And now they're literally just, you know, it's tit for tat. I've got to win the next argument. I've got to get my point across, or I'm going to dump you first, you know. So you're the one that ended up feeling like, you know, abandoned or rejected or whatever. So there's definitely an element of that going on currently, unfortunately. Now, the Emperor card does represent Capricorn, Taurus as well, and Aries. And I also say Sagittarius all the time as well. But so, you know, this person could be of one of those signs, but they could be actually an air sign, possibly. I mean, we do have two air sign cards here, and the star card has appeared in the reading. So they could very well be of a fire sign or air sign kind of energy. Yeah, so they could be, yeah, Taurus, Capricorn, or Aries, or possibly an Aquarius that you're dealing with. It could also be a Leo. I mean, we've got the Strength card here as well. So, but definitely strong fire energy, strong air energy, I think seems to be here. But as I said, this could also just represent you. They could feel that you are being like this, that you're being very stubborn and you're more focused on your own agenda and not really focused on the relationship itself. Or they themselves could be feeling like they have nothing to lose at this point and they're willing to do anything to kind of regain their sense of power, because they always like to be in control. But you here are equally putting up that kind of fight, but it's less in less of a way of, like, the Emperor would probably be very pushy and boss everyone around and give everyone a role. The Alchemist is kind of looking at things from more what's the word, like a bit more subtle in their approach, a bit more covert in their approach as well. So you're kind of doing things behind the scenes, like, you know what you're doing, you know where you want to go. So you're not, hopefully, I think you're a bit more detached than maybe your partner is. And you're looking at things, I think, with a more level head, possibly, than your partner. Or the person that you're seeing, or the interest that you're trying to pursue at the moment. Okay. But definitely there's not enough love here. With the Prince of Cups reversed, there's not enough love and compassion and good times and compassion. You know, we've got your partner here in the future, focused very much on compassion and looking after themselves and trying to kind of take the rough with the smooth and keep level-headed. So it looks like your partner does want that compassion, I feel. They want that. They don't want to be fighting all the time, have a power struggle. But then, it's not just up to you to kind of make that change as well. It's also up to them to recognize it and be like, yeah, maybe I have played my part in this whole power struggle. Maybe I need to step down and look at things from a different angle and realize that really you guys are fighting against each other when really you should be fighting for the relationship if that's what you want. And I think it's just about readjusting you guys' approach, like readjusting you guys' focus. Because right now I think you're just caught up in this power struggle of being right and wrong and having the last word, etc. And that's what seems to be causing a divide, I think, between you at the moment. I don't know if you've broken up. You could very well have broken up here with the Five of Swords. You could not be talking. But for me, that more talk's not even really about breaking up. It's like you guys are just going through a lot of arguments at the moment and you're trying to figure out how to fix it, I think. Okay, so then we've got your partner here in terms of their intentions. We've got the Six of Cups reversed and the Two of Pentacles. So your partner, I feel, is trying to make a choice. They're trying to look at, possibly the past, what's happened in the past, what's the potential for the future. They're really weighing things up, and it kind of does support the Seven of Pentacles kind of energy as well. And we've got another decision here being made in the future, where I think they will try to remain strong. It looks like, sorry, I should just jump to the gun and should have done a spoiler alert, right? But yeah, it looks like your partner will kind of make a decision to probably try to remain strong and maintain the relationship. But they are currently, their intentions are to really weigh up the pros and cons and to kind of not do it in a way where they're really overly emotional, because often, as we all know, it's not very good to make emotional decisions, especially when it comes to relationships, which is ironic. But sometimes they could be the one thing that kind of gets us into the most, or experience the most upheaval when we don't practice the, balancing our emotional desires and also what, is practical and what logically makes sense, especially when it comes to whether or not you're going to be hurt or things are going to go wrong and things like that. So it looks like your partner's trying to really think about things practically, trying to, decide, is this person really the person for me? do we have what it takes to maintain this relationship? Do we have what it takes to have longevity? Like, is this really gonna work? You know, and they're trying not to be too sentimental, and they're trying to look on at the past really practically, not emotionally, and they're really trying to do that. So I don't think it's easy for them, because they're actually making an effort to do so. And then we've got you here with the star card reversed. So like, it's interesting. It's like you kind of given up on something, or maybe your intentions are to, I think it's to bring them closer to you, maybe. Because the star card talks about distance and things being far away. And it's like, maybe you want this dream to come true right now. Like, you want things to kind of be fixed. You want healing to take place. But with the star cards reverses, again, this is about maybe you're forcing something to happen. I think Spirit is telling you not to force it and to, in fact, go with the flow. Maybe give your partner time if they do need time to figure things out. Don't pressure them. The star card talks about putting in the work for the long term, like reaching for the stars and landing on the moon kind of energy, like trying your best at something and, you know, having full hope and faith that it will work, and you will reach some sort of success. So when it's reversed, I just feel like it's saying that you may want these things, but you may not be going about it in the right way, and you may want it too soon. So you may need to exercise some patience. And, you know, as hard as it is for possibly a Capricorn person to kind of just let God take the reins, have faith and all of that, I don't think that really is usually, you know, comes completely naturally to a lot of Capricorns. I've got a Capricorn moon, so I'm allowed to say that. But yeah, I feel that that could be the case here. So you may just need to kind of maybe take a step back and maybe remain covert and, you know, do what you can behind the scenes. Maybe don't push this person too much and give them their space. Okay, so how your partner is thinking, or their subconscious drive. So they want to talk. They do want to talk. They don't want to be controlled, and they don't want to be confined. You know, they want to be free and to express themselves how they want to. So there's possibly them feeling like there's too many rules. They want to just express themselves and say what they want to say, and that's really who they are. Maybe like on a subconscious level, really what drives them is breaking rules. And maybe they are an Aquarius and they like to make their, you know, not make things up as they go along, but, you know, live life on their own terms, come to their own conclusions on things and developing their own ideas about the world and how to live your life, etc. And they're not really afraid, it doesn't look like, to do what they want to do. But one thing they do not like is rules and people telling them how they should do something, in what way, at what time, because it's always been done that way. They like to try new things and test new things out, and kind of break down barriers and, you know, all that good stuff. So I just feel that that's the kind of person they are, and that's possibly what's causing a lot of the issues here as well between you two, because maybe you as a Capricorn like things that are a bit predictable. You like to see what's coming, you like to plan, you like to set goals, and you like to achieve those goals, you know what works. You know it's better to be, you know, I personally, I'm talking about myself, you may know you like to do what's been tried and tested. You don't really like to kind of do constantly try to reinvent the wheel, and you might not even like change that much as well. And also as a Capricorn, you like, if there is going to be a change, you may want to be the one to actually, you know, push that change forward. You're not really going to want someone to make you change. You would rather come to that conclusion yourself. So Aquarius and Capricorns, you're actually both ruled by Saturn, and you're both kind of right next to each other in the zodiac as well. So you've actually got a lot more in common than you think, if this is an Aquarius that we're looking at here. But yeah, so I'm just looking at the cards. But yeah, that could be kind of the case. And it looks like they do want to speak. They don't like this whole not talking thing, and no, they don't. I don't think they like it. I think they really want to kind of speak their mind and break some rules and, you know, make it work, I guess, on your terms. When I say your terms, I mean you as a couple, and doing things your way, maybe not in the way that, I mean, maybe for you, like, you haven't got this security here in the past. Maybe this person wasn't able to offer you exactly what you wanted. You wanted a traditional type of relationship with, you know, 2.4 children, like, you know, your typical kind of setup. And maybe there's a bit of a clash there. So, okay, we've got the Prince of Wands as to how you feel, or your subconscious drive. So maybe you're feeling very sexually attracted to this person, and that's what really is a big push for you. You're very attracted to them, and you may feel like they do offer you a kind of excitement. They do offer you change, and they are exciting. This could be a Leo that you're seeing as well, possibly. I feel that possibly you are looking for change, you are looking for excitement, you do want something different. And in fact, even though it might be uncomfortable, you know, this person being so kind of outspoken and so challenging, it's actually helping you maybe to make some changes or to look at things differently, and to change direction. But you are very excited about this person. Yeah, and I feel like with the Prince of Wands as well, again, no one really leads them. I feel like you still, like, it's kind of like part of your makeup in a way, to just take the lead and to do things your way. Like, you're never going to follow anyone. You're always going to make your own path as a Capricorn. It's just how it is. So I just feel this person could be bringing this out in you. And yeah, there could be kind of like a habit possibly that you have of just always being in the lead. It satisfies you in some way, like it feeds your ego in some way as well. But you are, you know, it's upright, so I just feel like you're just looking for positive change then, possibly, as it is upright. It's not really negative at all. I was going to say that there's a possibility that there's a kind of immaturity possibly within you, kind of thing, where you just have to win. You just have to be the one to take the lead. It kind of makes you feel alive. It does something for you. Like, as I said, your ego, like, it makes you feel alive, I think, when you are taking control, you are in the lead. And but I feel maybe as it's upright, it's saying that this person is definitely making you more comfortable with the idea of change. Like, they make you feel enlivened. And I think, like, as I said, even though on the surface it seems very challenging, underneath it all, you actually quite appreciate the change that they're bringing in, and it's kind of set you possibly on a new path, or made you think about things differently. But definitely wanting to be right is a theme here. Okay. So we've got the Strength card and the Seven of Cups as the outcome. So your partner, as I said, is quite determined, I feel, to make some sort of decision. And the decision that they make will be based on their own well-being. So they're going to be thinking, you know, they're going to be putting themselves first. They're showing themselves compassion. They're also possibly being compassionate towards you as well. Like, they're just trying to do the right thing. And I feel like there will be a continuation of the relationship. I don't think that there'll be an ending totally. Especially with the World card being reversed here for you. For you, it's definitely not over anyway. For you, you feel that there's still, the journey has not finished between you and them, and there's still more to be learned. But there is a lesson for you to learn here, and that's probably why it's not ending yet. And I feel the lesson could be around, I think, showing compassion and being loving, more loving possibly in relationships, rather than focusing on getting everything right, all the box ticks, and being in control and making sure that the relationship takes a particular traditional kind of road. I think that's possibly your lesson here, is that really love comes first, and that to a certain extent, although it's very good to be practical, you have to kind of follow your heart to an extent when it comes to relationships. You have to allow your heart to have a say. You know, it can't just be all practical. Okay, like, yeah, they've got a good job, they do this, they do that. Okay, great. You know, there's more, obviously, to it to ensure that you have a happy relationship. How far have I got? 26 minutes. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I feel like your partner's just going to be strong, and they're going to just make a decision to stick with it. I don't think they're going to give up. They're going to just stick with it, and I think they recognise as well that when they do give it thought, that that maybe all the other options, or, you know, splitting up and stuff, is really just a bit of a fantasy, or they're letting go of wanting the world maybe, or wanting all these things. And they're realising that actually if they want something real, it's going to require them to kind of sit and stick with it and work through it and show compassion and try to maybe understand where you're coming from, try to figure out really where you're at and what you want. So there's a maturing here as well. These are both Leo cards. And we've got your partner initially at the Five of Wands in the near past. And then we've got them maturing into the Strength card. So they are kind of overcoming all the petty arguing, which was probably causing a lot of confusion, possibly making your partner think, oh, maybe there's something better out there for me, you know, where there is the Two of Coins. And now they're like, actually, no, I'm going to stay put. I know there's nothing really better out there for me, really. And I, you know, when I say nothing out there better for me, really, it's like they're all potentials, basically, whereas with you, they actually know what they're getting, and it, you know, what's up, you know, and they're choosing to keep their feet planted firmly on the ground, and instead of arguing so much with you, to show some compassion and try to understand you, or try to understand the situation. And the Strength card also talks about a lot of love as well. I mean, compassion is one of the signs of love, so, or a strong component in love. So yeah, I feel your partner really does care about you. Definitely in the near future, they will be more loving towards you, I feel, and be more decided about the path that they're going to take with you. And yeah, I just feel like you may need to, your partner seems to be moving ahead a little bit, you know, because they're upright, whereas you're still reversed. So you may still need to kind of catch up with that, and also accept those lessons yourself in order for that part of your relationship to kind of be closed and you kind of moving into a more secure future, which is going to require compassion on both sides, where you try to understand your partner, where she or he's coming from, and they try to understand you, and you try to work it out without losing your heads and getting into an argument about things. Okay. So I'm going to pull some cards from the Amira Love Oracle deck, just to round off the reading, just for a bit of extra info. We also had the Sun card reversed as well, and the Nine of Swords reversed. So yeah, definitely some stress has been in the relationships and sleepless nights and stuff. It's been quite stressful, but with this, and it's like the sun card always says the sun is shining. Oh, sorry, one minute, my door's not on. Hi there, sorry about that. I had a leak on the sink. Someone's come to fix it, but that's all done now. So I was just going to say about the sun card is that often it does represent soulmates, and how, you know, when there's like a really grey sky, always remember the sun is still there, and it's like the sun is shining, but there's too much clouds in the way. You know, there's a lot of potential basically for the relationship, but there just needs to kind of get all the grey clouds out of the way. You need to kind of maybe remain a bit more positive. Again, bring in warmth. Another Leo card, which talks about respecting, you know, your heart chakra, respecting love for what it is, being compassionate, allowing yourself to just be warm and to accept warm gestures. To be fair, Aquarians, if it is an Aquarian that you're dealing with, although we have seen Leo quite a few times, I do get this strong kind of Aquarius energy. I don't know why. But either way, even if it isn't, it's just worth saying that, you know, both Aquarians and Capricorns, as I said, are both ruled by Saturn, and one's an air sign, one's an earth sign. So you guys probably aren't, if this is an Aquarius that you're dealing with, probably aren't very, you know, being emotional and compassionate and all lovey-dovey probably isn't your mode of operandus, you know, your MO. Your first thing will probably be to talk about practical matters, and the Aquarian might like to talk about ideas, and just to discuss things, but to actually getting where it gets all mushy and lovey-dovey and that, maybe there's a bit of a challenge there. Because we do have the Prince of Cups reversed, but the Prince of Cups has still shown itself. So again, I feel like there is a lot of love here, but for some reason, you're taking a little while, I think, to really kind of find your footing and maybe trust each other and feel comfortable and not get defensive and those kind of things. But yeah, it looks like that'd be quite a happy ending. Probably come the end of February, come March, things should hopefully start to balance out. And, you know, either way, you will learn a great lesson from it. And you will start on a whole new cycle if you don't end up getting back with this person, or, you know, if you decide to kind of go it alone. And your partner, again, will also gain a lot of clarity from this, and you'll both really grow as people. So yeah, it looks like a really nice video. So let me do what I said I was going to do. Almost forgot. The Mirror Love Oracle. So we'll take that one. Okay, so we've got children. So Spirit is saying maybe stop acting like kids. And this is definitely about, you know, that childish energy of fighting for no reason and just wanting to be right. And it, you know, it could be a little bit playful as well. As I said, there's no really terrible card here. The only real concerning card that is quite harsh is that Five of Swords. So I don't think it's that serious. I think you guys could definitely come through this. So Capricorn in love.